Hi friends, welcome to Diksuchi. Today we'll learn game theory. What is a game? Game is a competition between two parties or two teams. It is also the competition between two companies in the market. In this game theory, we are going to study what are the strategies applicable, what are the strategies are available and applicable by both the parties when they are in the competition. So let us see in detail. First, let us see the overview of it, what exactly the game theory is. Then we also learn the terminology and we also see what are the strategies we have in this game theory. So let me take you to the first slide of it. First, overview. When it was started? In the year 12th century, almost in the 12th century itself, this was being introduced. It has been introduced in the market, in the quantitative methods, right? By whom? This is by John von Neumann, also by Margenson. Both of them have introduced this concept in the year 12th century. On what basis? Why they wanted to introduce this? There's a best strategy, that is best out of the worst. What is best out of the worst? See, there is a situation like every time there are profits in the market. Okay, sometimes the profits are declining. Then what do you feel at that point of time? You feel that minimum profit you want to get it, you want to capture. So you feel that at least a certain amount, right? So that is what the best out of the worst. The worst situation is profits are coming down, out of which, because you have already tasted profits throughout this period, then now the profits are coming down, then you are expecting at least a certain amount of profit. So out of the worst situation, you are expecting the best. So from this, they got an idea of game theory and they have introduced this game theory based on this. Okay, now how they have defined this? If you want to say the definition said by John von Neumann and Margenson, the first line of it is body of knowledge. So this means that it is a knowledge. What you are going to do with the knowledge? The knowledge is helping us to take a decisions. When it is going to take a decision, see, of course, when we have a knowledge, when we want to have to take a decision, definitely we will be having some other knowledge, right? But when this knowledge is going to be used, when you are going to make the decisions, means when there are two or more intelligent and rational opponents, means who are the participants? Both the participants in the game. Both the participants in the game are intelligent and also they are rational opponents. Both are involved. Yes, of course, in every game both are involved, no? But what is new in that? Taking a decision with the knowledge means there is a certain condition. What kind of conditions, what kind of situation is present at that point of time? What are the conditions are available means there is conflict. There is a conflict between both the parties and there is a competition, right? So finally what they have defined it is body of knowledge that deals with making decisions when two or more intelligent and rational opponents are involved under conditions of conflict and competition. This is what the definition given by both the people, right? And they also summarized, we also can summarize out of this is, it is a technique. Yes, of course, game theory is a technique. Why you are using this technique? How this technique is going to help? This technique is going to help us to assess the impact of, we are assessing the impact. Which impact? Your decision on other's opponent. So the technique which is going to assess the impact of decision on one's opponent. If you summarize the definition of game theory, you can also say that. Means if you are taking a decision, one strategy, first strategy, let us assume, how it is going to impact on the player B. When player A is taking one strategy, wanted to apply first strategy, then how it is going to impact the other participant, that is B. That is what the game theory. Hope you are clear with the overview of it. Now let us see the terms what we generally use throughout this topic. That's a game theory, right? And I also would like to say that this is not the video which covers whole entire game theory topic. We are going to discuss this topic in another 2 to 3 video sequence of it. So don't forget to watch them also so that you have a clarity on this game theory. After watching this video, please try to understand, and if you don't understand, please give your remarks in the comment box, based on which I try to modify or I try to provide new or further material on the same topic or maybe the other topic. Don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you can get more and more topics in this channel in future period of time. Definitely it is going to help you a lot. Right? Now, let me take you the first terminology. What is a game? When you are going to talk about game, there is competition. Right? There is a competition. In the game, there are parties or opponents. Parties are opponents. Both are going to play their own strategies. They are going to apply their strategies. Now, then why they have to apply the strategies? Everybody wants to win. Even party A wants to win and party B wants to win. But how they can win? What is the possibility? What are the possibilities? Or what is the probability of winning that game is going to be studied in this. Okay. So you know the clarity, means you have clarity on this topic, game. Right. Now let us see the next topic, that is two-person zero-sum game. Of course, wherever there is a game, there are two persons. Let us use party A and party B for our discussions. Okay. So two parties. Yes, two persons will be there. Maybe these are the individuals or maybe the teams we have it. So there are two, A and B. Now here I mentioned two-person zero-sum game. What do you mean by zero-sum? Means the sum of these payoffs, the sum of both the payoffs in this game is zero. In the sense, if A wins, let us assume, we are going to award them with +1. If B loses, of course, if A wins, B has to lose. Right? That is what the game actually. So B will be allotted with -1. Then +1 plus -1. The sum, no, this is, we call it as sum. This is call it as addition. So what are you going to get it? 0. It has to be 0. So we use this term, the two-person zero-sum game, because in that game, one wins, the other loses. Same way, if B wins, A is going to lose. Anywhere you take it. See, for example, there is a market. This is a market, right? Finite market. Let us assume it is a finite market. Okay. Even you can take a stock market. There are number of list of stocks which are disclosed in BSE and NSE, right? So see, if I bought some company shares, like let us assume X company shares, right? So when I get profit of 10 rupees, at the same time some other person is going to lose that particular 10 rupees, right? If I buy one share, the other person is going to lose that share, isn't it? So that is how it is going to be used, the term, that is two-person zero-sum game. I hope you are clear. Still, whenever we are discussing further topics, we can study in detail of them. Now we are talking about the payoff matrix. What is this payoff matrix is? If you remember this word matrix, what is that matrix? There are n number of rows and m number of columns. See, it represents like this. Remember? If you can remember matrix, what you have studied in schooling, then it is very easy to understand this topic. Let us assume there are strategies which are used, these are the columns, which are used by party B. Then party A also would like to use other strategies. So if party A uses first strategy, B also uses first strategy, then what is the impact? Let us assume there is a impact of 2 rupees, that is 2 rupees profit. This we call it as payoff. Now A uses first strategy but B uses second strategy. Let us assume the payoff is minus 3, means profit is minus 3, let us assume. A uses first strategy, B uses third strategy. Then let us assume the profit is 4 rupees to A, and A uses first strategy, B uses fourth strategy. Then the payoff may be 5, let us assume. Likewise, you are giving all the payoff values of E against each and every strategy played by A against the player B. So this we call it as payoff matrix. Clear? Hope you understand. Now let me talk about the optimal strategy. The strategy is decision making, isn't it? That's optimal, means the best strategy. The best strategy, where both want to win, isn't it? Definitely they apply the better method of winning strategy. So that is optimal strategy is. Here definitely if one wants to win, the other has to lose the game, right? So that we generally name it as optimal strategy. Now let us talk about the value of the game. What is value of the game? Means when A applies first strategy, B applies third strategy, this is a situation. And same way A can trial with all the 4 strategies, even B also is going to trial with all 4 strategies. Out of which what exactly the winning statement is, winning strategy is, winning opportunity is what is going to define by the value of the game, isn't it? So once if you know the payoff matrix and you see the strategy which is applied and which is going to give you the better payoff matrix, then we try to identify the value of the game, right? Hope you are clear with the terminology. Now let me teach you how this value of the game is going to be measured or calculated. Now first one is pure strategy. This can be value, means this can be measured. The value of the game can be measured by using pure strategy method. What do you mean by pure strategy method? There should be a saddle point exist. What do you mean by saddle point exist? Means there is a point which is there in the game. What is that point? Saddle point. What is a saddle point? Means we also know that this is best out of the worst, right? Best out of the worst. So when it is best out of the worst, for example, always you are getting the profits. One time you got a very little, that is minimum profit, right? Sometimes all are worst, sometimes all losses you are getting, but one time you got a better loss, that's a better profit, we can say it is maximum. So when there is an increasing, then means better opportunities, every time you are getting positives, one minimum is equal to when you are getting losses, the maximum one, means best out of worst, worst out of best. both are equal. All are equal. That point, the value, what it is, best of out of worst, let us assume x, and worst of best also x, then x is the saddle point. That we generally name it as pure strategy. Okay. Next one is mixed strategy. Of course, when saddle point exists, we are using pure strategy. If saddle point does not exist, saddle point does not exist, sorry, okay, then we use the mixed strategy. I hope you are clear with these two. Now, let us see what comes under pure strategy. What are the techniques we are going to use under pure strategy? What is pure strategy? When the saddle point exists, right? Yes. Now, what are the methods? Max-min principle. The other one is mini-max principle. Actually, both combined together we use in the pure strategy. Now, the term itself says maxi-min. So, out of minimum values, if there are minimum values 10, out of 10, which one is a maximum? Same way, out of maximum values, which is minimum, is minimax principle. Hope you are clear. Now, let us see what are the methods we use in the mixed strategy. So, what are the methods we are using in the mixed strategy? First one is dominance principle. What do you mean by dominance principle? Means we have already discussed there are payoffs, right? Out of payoffs, one row may be the least out of all the remaining or any one. So the other one is dominating this row. Same way, the column is dominating the other values, right? So either row is dominated or column is dominating will be deleted, and finally with the remaining pairs we would like to find the value of the game. That we generally say dominance principle. Clear? Now there is a Nash equilibrium. What is this Nash equilibrium? Here also saddle point does not exist. Here also we look into dominance principles. But here what is a major difference is when you are talking about dominance principle, it covers they want to win the strategy, but they want to win when irrespective of others strategy. Others strategy, that is dominance principle. Whereas in Nash equilibrium they want to win, but considering the others strategy, means understanding the others strategy. That is Nash equilibrium. Anyway, we have some formula over here that will be discussed when we are detailed discussing about the Nash equilibrium. Hope you understood, right? When saddle point is there, pure strategy. When there is no saddle point, then we use mixed strategy, right? Now, the last method in mixed strategy is graphic method. Graph, you know that there is an x-axis and there is a y-axis. So here we are going to use two y-axis and one x-axis. So here we consider 0 and we have the other values over here. So above this 0 we have positive values and below this 0 we have negative values. So this is a graphical method. When do you use this graphical method? In the sense when there are no dominant row or no dominant column exists, then we are going to use the graphic method. Clear? So let me change the pen one for a while. We just revise once what are the methods we are going to use over here. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. Let me continue. So pure strategy when saddle point exists. When saddle point does not exist, we use the mixed strategy. Under saddle point, we use method maxi-min principle and mini-max principle. So when saddle point exists. When saddle point does not exist, we look for the dominant row and dominated column. Then, if dominance principle also cannot be applied, When we cannot apply it, when we are considering, when we are understanding the other strategy, then we apply the Nash equilibrium. When Nash equilibrium dominance principle are not possible to apply, there is no saddle point, then we are going to use the graphic method. Hope friends you understood for the day. So this is what for the day. Hope, whatever the comments you have, please put it in the comment box. And as I already told you, each and every strategy is going to be discussed in the further videos. So be in touch, keep on watching the videos on this channel, and encourage me to post more and more number of videos and more interesting content on this YouTube. Okay, till then, take care. Bye bye.